nicely to coincide with Halloween. Yeah, and on the title screen here we've got a very nice rendition of, is it Warren Zevon? Werewolves of London song. Warren Zevon, sorry. And the music is fantastic throughout. Very, very atmospheric. So, from programmers Steve Howard and Paul Smith, they previously did a very similar game called Bride of Frankenstein, re-released by co-masters as Frankenstein Jr. And that was okay. Very similar graphics and style, but I prefer Werewolves of London. I was a big fan of American Werewolf in London and the Howling horror films. But this definitely has a feel of American Werewolf in London, for sure. So I was really excited to get this game, and it didn't disappoint, although it got really poor reviews in the magazines at the time. So let's start off. There I am as a werewolf there, and I've just picked up a file there which we can use on the bars of the jailhouse to escape later on. And basically the plot of this game is basically you've been cursed and turned into a werewolf. What was it? A lycanthropic curse by a family. Oh look, just wait a second. It's just turning into daytime, and then you turn back into your real human persona. I love that change over there. Very, very cool. And the game changes from night to day and back and forth, and you change. And the music changes as well to suit. Very, very nicely done. So basically you've been cursed by a family, and you've got to find all the members of the family. I think there's, what is it, 7 or 8 of them? And once you've killed all the members of the family and collected a cross from each of them, the curse will be lifted. And here we are, guys. We're just going down to the window of the jail cell there, and I've just used the file there, and what we're going to do is going to leave the file there in the jail in case we get captured by the cops. And if we get chucked in there, then we can use the file to escape through the window into Hyde Park there. So now that's out the way and done, we're off on the hunt for family members to go and kill. And there's usually 2 around the park area, so just have a scoot around the park, and hopefully you'll come across one soon enough. And there should be a second one as well. The one's either at the top of the map or down here, and another one to the west of the park. Oh, there's a police officer there. They can shoot you with silver bullets, and that's a bandage there to pick up. So if you do get shot once, your blood starts trickling away, and that doesn't stop until you put a bandage on. And the more times you get shot, the faster your blood drips away, which is indicated by the blood canister there in the bottom left corner of the screen. Oh, we've got a flashing cross, which basically means we've got a family member we need to kill nearby. And here he is, he's on the same screen. Now we're going to have to wait around for a bit here, because we can't kill him because we're not a werewolf yet. So apologies guys, we're going to have to sort of wait around for about 30 seconds until the changes to night, but we don't want to lose this family member. So yeah, a cross will start flashing when a family member is one screen away from you, and obviously will flash faster when he's on the same screen as you, or she, because it's male and female family members you need to kill. Right, so whilst we're waiting for that to happen, just going to say there's about, you're going to need to use the map really in this game. I'll show you why later on when we go in the sewer system, because that's an absolute nightmare to navigate. And a lot of these locations, they sort of like loop and warp around on each other, which makes the game really frustrating at times, and you can easily get lost. And there's basically about 8 different sort of zones, as it's been called. and some of them you can only reach by going through the sewers or the underground tunnels from the railway station, train station, or the subway. So you need to follow the map. So we're going to sort of visit each of the zones, and you'll find at least one family member in each zone. Ah, here we go. It's just turning to night, so we're about to turn into the werewolf, and we could go on munching him. There we go. Although we've got a police officer, as you can see, homes in straight away on us. We're just devouring the rest of the remains there, just for the heck of it. Now, those police officers with guns, they can't arrest you, they can only shoot you. But there are other police officers with like handcuffs walking about, and one touch from them and you're arrested and chucked in the jail cells. But if you remember, we can break out of there because we left the file there. I can't remember if you lose all your objects, actually, when you get arrested or not. That'd be quite annoying. Oh! We've got a flashing cross there, so we've got a family member on a screen next to us. No. Must be the other way. And we just lost it. Oh, I love that music. Ah, right there, it's flashing away madly. And yeah, it's this guy here, just run off to the right of the screen. So we'll kill him behind the trees there. Now, what I like about this game is the more people you kill, you can kill basically random characters in the game if you wish, especially if you're low on blood. I try not to. I try and play this game nicely. Just kill the evil family that have cursed you. But the more people you kill, the more presence of the police you'll find. They also get a lot more aggressive. So. Very, very clever actually. As you progress in the game, that's how it gets harder. So, the more people you kill, the more police officers you can expect in the park and on the streets and stuff. I really like that. I really like that, and that's very clever. Ah, right. Here's the torch. That was the next pickup we needed. And you'll need the torch in the sewers and in the subway beyond the platform. Now what I've done here, I'm just warping to another zone by jumping from the rooftops there. This one will take me to, I believe it's zone 7 or zone 5 on the map. Oh, thankfully we've got another family member here. Probably that woman in blue. Yes. Only leap between rooftops when you are the werewolf character, because he jumps a lot higher and a lot longer. Oops, and I've screwed it up there. Lost a bit of blood. Fall as a human and you'll lose a lot more blood, but the humans can't jump these gaps, but the werewolf can do it comfortably. So it adds a little bit of a nice extra dimension to the game. So where are we? I think we're back in zone 3. That's if you're following them from the map. If you're watching this to try and work out where to go and complete the game, I'll try and update you where we are. Yeah, this is zone 3 because there's 2 sort of stations. Yeah, there's a door there, you see. Just check there's no other family members we need to kill lurking about here. Oh! I think he's just shot me. Bastard. Yes, he did. So I might as well use the bandage there. I'm gonna get through this game pretty quickly. Gets really tough actually a bit later on if you've killed lots of people on your way. As I said, a lot more police will be on there. Oh, you can jump down there if you just gotta be very careful not to fall on the tracks. And then select your torch, and then you can see where you're going in the tunnels. Not so bad on the subway lines because you just need to go left or right really. But when you go in the sewers later, you'll definitely need the torch, so that's a must to pick up. think we've just gone back to Zone 2, which is near the start of the map, where we started initially, which is just north of the Hyde Park. It's worth remembering on each of the stations there you will always find a bandage somewhere if you're desperate. And we just turn back to our human form. What do we get in Zone 2? Oh, we've got a family member here. There he is. Cool. Oh. And unfortunately guys, I think we're going to have a bit of a wait here for another sort of 30-40 seconds until we turn into our werewolf again. So let's just keep him on the screen because there's no other pedestrians and police about. So as he's about to walk off, if you move off yourself and move back again, you'll find him back in the middle of the screen. So we just need to do that back and forth quite a bit. Now, yeah, I was just going to say that this was going to be quite a big release for Ariolasoft. I hope I'm pronounced that right. And they had various subsidiary labels. One of them was Viz Designs, which was the first release in Viz Designs. God, they had about 3 or 4 other sub-labels. It was getting really confusing. But pretty much they went bust just as this was being released. So many people incorrectly think that this was never released by them at full price. But people with this version do exist. And was later re-released by Mastertronic just for $1.99 on its budget label. They picked it up, so you can still find this game. I should be turning to night soon in werewolf form. The rumours are though that this game was released unfinished due to the problems with Ariolasoft. And apparently there was going to be a lot more content and things to do in the game. Apparently, that's as far as I know. Just from magazine news articles at the time I found online, like Amstrad Action, Your Sinclair, Crash, and Scene VG. This was going to be their big release, so possibly there's quite a few bits and things that were missing in this game that they were hoping to include. Who knows? I think this plays really, really well, and I absolutely love this game. And you can't complain at $1.99 on budget. Definitely not. Although magazines at the time, again, they gave it around sort of the 60% mark and were very disappointed. Possibly because there was an awful lot of press and hype surrounding the game at the time. So perhaps it didn't live up to expectations, but I absolutely love this. I think it's a great concept for a game and ripe for a remake as well. Cool. Right, that's our 5th family member. I think we were just in what's called Zone 5 then, and we're just jumping the rooftop to get to Zone 4. For those of you following on a map. Oh, yes. Now, the manhole cover extractor. Well, now what's that called? Screw? I don't know. Anyway, that will remove. Oh, got another family member there. That will remove manhole covers, drain covers, whatever, so you can get into the sewer system. Right. Oh, police officers. So they're shooting more bullets at me now. Oh, just got electrocuted. Never mind. might as well use the bandage. And pick up the next one. Oops. Right, it can be a little bit awkward sort of jumping down onto the tracks and jumping off onto the subway station. And also, if you've got all your inventory items selected, when you want to jump, you have to use the fire button whilst the jump icon is selected. But if you want to munch someone as well, again it's the fire button, but you end up sometimes like dropping your item, picking it up again, and not attacking the person you need to, because it's all working off one fire button, which is a bit annoying. If I had one complaint, that would be that. Oh, cool. Whoa, second to last family member. Nice. I think we're in zone 6 at the moment, and oh, we just got her in time, just as we were changing. Fantastic. Otherwise we'd had a really long, boring wait there. Right, okay. We now got to find what's been referred to on the map on the CPC Power website as the secret zone, Zone 8. Well, I wouldn't say it's too much of a secret, because it is the last zone which contains the last family member, and I tend to leave this for last as well. Zone 8, you can only get to it via the the tunnel and sewer system. And you want to open a manhole cover on zone 6 to get there. And now guys, this is where you really need the map, because this sewer system is ever so confusing. You sort of like jump from top of the screen to the bottom of the screen sometimes. A lot of these doors and passages just like basically loop around each other, and you've got no indication of like whereabouts you are or whatever. So this is where the game loses huge marks for me, because if I'd known this, because I've played this game so many times as a kid and never did it. If I'd known how complicated these sewer systems were, I would have given up. Thankfully someone has painstakingly worked it out. I don't know how he's done it, but I can follow his map to complete the game, and without it I would have been absolutely lost and would never have done it. So well done whoever did this map. Oops, and we just ended up back where we started. Even following the map is confusing enough. So yeah, this confusing sewer system loses the game lots of marks from me. But thankfully we're not far off the end, guys. This should be the door I need to go through, and here we are. This is Zone 8, the mysterious Zone 8. And there we go. Right, last guy to kill, and then we're free from the curse. Hurrah! And there we go. That's the game completed. Not much of an ending, but you know, I feel quite satisfied I've done that game at last. I still really like the game. I've already you know, there's a few negatives and stuff like that. I like the colourful graphics and design of the sprites and how it plays, especially like the game mechanics. It's quite an original concept, and I think it's been well executed. It's not everyone's cup of tea, this, but there's very few good horror games on 8-bit systems, and I think this is one of the best. I like it a lot, so I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a happy Halloween, and I'll let you enjoy the rest of the music. Cheers. Bye.